South University Toastmasters Club. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully you'll be enjoying the meeting. So without much delay, let's start the meeting formally. The meeting is formally started. Let me welcome the expected person of today's meeting, the host. We call him Toastmasters meeting, Toastmaster of the day. And he is none other than started his career from telecom industry like Grameenphone, then Transcom. Now he's working in heavy vehicle. Guess what is that? Bangladeshi version of Tata Motors. That is Nitol Niloy. Yeah, he's working in that Nitol Niloy Tata Motors. I mean, joint venture of Tata Motors in Bangladesh. Toastmaster Taposh Day. And today he's exciting day, and he is too much excited today because for the first time he has taken this kind of leading roles in Bangladesh Toastmasters Club after his joining last 4 months. Thank you very much for showing up, for taking the role, Toastmaster Taposh Day. We'll be enjoying your day. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Taposh Day, to take the meeting forward.
Thank you, sir, Honorable President. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, perfectly well.
Firstly, thank you, fellow Toastmaster and honorable guest. And my laptop is not working. I'm from a smartphone, so I firstly am begging apologize if something negative happened in meeting forward. So I'm starting. Good evening to all. This is Taposh Day in front of all of you. I'll play the role of Toastmaster of the Day for today's meeting, where I will be responsible for ensuring a well-run meeting which belong to 36th club meeting of our Youth Toastmaster Club. And throughout this meeting, I'll try my best to present everything briefly to finish our meeting within allocated time. Well, let me say briefly that what is Toastmaster International and what is Toastmaster meeting. Toastmaster International is a worldwide non-profit leading educational organization which is devoted to helping people to develop and increase their communication and leadership skill, which definitely help to prove our value and hidden potential to our personal and professional life as well. Whereas Toastmaster meeting is an opportunity to experience all those values that Toastmaster International has to offer to their community. Well, we encourage our guests to visit our club meeting day, on a regular basis, attend the club meeting as a guest for free. When guests join, you will be assigned a mentor who will be there for any type of personal and professional growth throughout the journey of public speaking. Hope you are definitely ready to join if there have guests any today. Well, now I will talk about the meeting format briefly as I can. Basically, there are three main components of our Toastmaster meeting. Firstly, the prepared speech period. This is where our valued members delivering speeches based on 10 projects from our communication manual. Each and every speech has a specific set of objectives and time limit based on guidelines and according to the manuals. In part two, in our meeting, we will have members and guests practice their unprepared speaking skills. This is also known as the table topic session of this meeting. Basically, table topic develops our ability to think on our feet, organize our thoughts, and express ourselves in a clear, authentic manner. You will be asked a question by our table topic master and given 1 or 2 minutes to answer the previous questions. On the third segment of this program is our evaluation segment, which is very vital. This is too much important because except the Toastmaster journey, it is rare to receive immediate and constructive feedback that we can learn from our Toastmaster journey. Here, each speaker is assigned an evaluator who comments on how well the speaker met the objective of the assignment and makes suggestions on how the speaker might improve their communication skills. In addition to this, the format evaluation each member of our club and our guest and also encourage to provide written feedback to the speaker, giving the individual assessment of the speaker performances. Then I'm gonna introduce the attractive part of our today's meeting, that is theme of the meeting. So I have chosen a theme. The theme of the meeting is today is the colors of life. Colors. It's a very small word, but it has a significant impact in our daily life and emotions. It's play a vital role in our lives and how we respond to our surroundings. Not everybody will react the same way to the same color, because color influence and represent social and cultural aspect. As we can't ignore presence of color in our daily life too, because joy and sorrows, achievement and failure, they work together by touching hands of each other. Whereas we all paint our life every day by our actions, and we discover that who we truly are. When action is more logical and achievable, the painting, whichever we paint through our activities, that will be more dynamic and more mind-blowing. Yet, in our life journey, each color is important and significant by itself. Together, they create a body of hope, love, creation, and appreciation. So, end of the day, we have to believe that no matter how the colors of life is, show must go on. Now, I will point out the changes of today's meeting if there have any. I guess there have no any major changes. Now it's time to introduce our general evaluator. There is a saying, we should always be ready to explore our positive and negative traits by evaluating our real self from time to time. And if this evaluation comes from someone constructive observation, that might be really mind-blowing. Yes, now I'd like to invite most energetic, humble, and mostly cooperative. That is none other than Toastmaster Mehazabin Nusrat. Please welcome Toastmaster Mehazabin Nusrat and give a please big round of applause for her.
Thank you, Sir Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster and distinguished guest, welcome to the 36th General Meeting of Bangladesh Youth Toastmasters Club. As the General Evaluator for the evening, my responsibility is to keep a note of all those things that takes place in this meeting room and that doesn't take place in this meeting room but ought to take place. After this meeting, I'll get back again and present my evaluation so that this club can host more quality meeting. Tonight, I have a team who will assist me in ensuring meetings quality. I have a team of evaluators and a team named TAG. To illustrate this team TAG, this means timer, accounter, and grammarian. So now I would like to request our timer, Toastmaster Debashish Bhomik, to come forward and introduce his role. Over to you, Sir Timer.
Thank you, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. As timer, I will time all speech. I'll record all time, and the table topic speaker should limit their time not more than 2 and 30 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card, and at 2 minutes, I'll raise the red card. And for the prepared speech, I will raise the green card at 5 minutes, and I will raise the yellow card at 6 minutes, and at 7 minutes, I'll raise the red cards. And individual evaluations, it should be between 2 to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Sir Timer. Now I would like to request our accounter to come forward and explain his role. Toastmaster Sheikh Sadi, accounter for the evening.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. As an accounter, my job is to find out overused words or filter sound used as a crutch by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate interjection, such as and, well, but, and, you know, and your sounds can be or maybe mm, uh, as an accountant, my job was to find out all of things, and at last I will deliver my report on behalf of general evaluator. Over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, sir, our counter. Now I would like to request my last teammate, that is none other than Toastmaster Mehdi Hussain. Tonight he is playing grammarian. So, sir grammarian, can you come forward and introduce your role along with the word of the day? Over to you, Toastmaster Mehdi Hussain.
Thank you so much. I think this screen is visible, right?
Yes, it is.
Great. So word of the day, primarily I thought of something that was from Harry Potter. And then Jami Bhai told me that it has to be an English word. And it cannot be a spell. So that's the English word, but it's close to the spell. The spell from Harry Potter was Lumos Maxima, which means maximum light. And the word for today is luminescence, which means the emission of light by a substance that has not been heated, as in fluorescence and phosphorescence. Example is honey fungus produces a ghostly greenish luminescence. For people who's still a bit confused about this particular word, if you have ever been to a village and if you have seen, at night lights coming out of the river or anything, right? And we call it alea sometimes, and they call people, and they take ghostly appearances and they kill people, right? If you follow them, that's what luminescence is. So over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, sir grammarian. So that was all from my team for the moment. We'll be back again at the end of this meeting with our evaluations. So without further ado, the stage is all yours. Toastmaster of the day. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for your wonderful feedback. Well, now we are going to join directly to our first sessions, which is prepared speech sessions. We have 4 speakers today for all of us whom will give their valuable speech from particular and respective pathways. Now, let us welcome our first amazing speaker, Toastmaster Dipti Sarkar. Yes, Toastmaster Dipti Sarkar. To specify his introduction, she is the Director of Administration and Peer Head of International Standard University. Apart from that, she is the current Secretary of Bangladesh Youth Toastmaster Club. Tonight, she is going to deliver her last project, that is Introduction to Toastmaster Mentoring from Level 2 under Innovative Planning Pathways. Her speech title is Find Your Mentor, Not Bhogas Bo. But before calling our first speaker, I would like to call her evaluator, Toastmaster Tariq Khan, to explain his valuable expectations.
Sorry, sir, Toastmaster of the day, there is a big change in the agenda. Toastmaster Tariq Khan will not be available, but to fulfill his role, I'll be taking the evaluation.
So will you start now or later?
Yes, I can start now.
Please.
Not waste any more time. Thank you, sir, Toastmaster of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, our first speaker, Toastmaster Dipti Sarkar, is going to deliver her last project from Level 2, which is Introduction to Mentoring, Toastmasters Mentoring. The purpose of this project for the member is to clearly define how Toastmaster envisions mentoring and also share her experience as a protégé. It can be any past experience of hers, but this project should never be a report on introduction to Toastmaster mentorship. So with that, I would like to wish all the very best to our speaker, Juan. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, sir, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Well, without any further, by wasting any single time, I would like to welcome our first speaker, Toastmaster Dipti Sarkar. Please welcome Toastmaster Dipti Sarkar.
The bogus bow is a creature who comes out at night. And why? He likes the yard. He likes to scare the nervous passers-by. He has two wings, pathetic things with which he cannot fly. His talks are fierce, yet could not pierce the softened butterfly. Dear Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmaster, distinguished guest, good evening. When I was little, one night my father teaching me this poem, The Bogus Bow. All of a sudden, I found a giant bogus bow was standing behind the window in front of my table and tried to catch me. I shouted, Papa, bogus bow, bogus bow. Then my father kept his hand on my head and knocked me. Dear, what happened? I opened my eyes. Actually, during reading this poem, I slept and reading the bogus bow and got scared. I was still shouting in fear. My father tried to make me understand bogus bow has no capabilities to do any harm. It just looks scary. In our real life, we will get so many things to scare, but if you stand strongly, they will run away. Yes, that's my father who always brought me out of every scare of my life and taught me some good lessons which I never forgot in my life. I still remember when I was when it was my first day at my school. I was holding my father's hand tightly. It was very big school, Rachi Government PN Girls High School. I was very scared. My father then introduced me to the gatekeeper. Dear, this is Uncle Jamuna. He will take you to your class. There is nothing to be afraid. I will stand here. And in this way, my father was standing until the main gate was closed. My father was a man who seldom taught us any knowledge through speech. Rather, he taught us through his work. Today, even at this stage of my life, I can respect all kinds of people from my heart by the lessons which I got from the early days of my life, from my father's teaching. My father was my mentor, counselor, teacher, my one and only friend, and my hero. Behind many success stories, there are one fantastic mentor. Even people claim to have paved their way on their own. There is a strong chance to someone was early on to them on the right path or gave them sage advice. Actually, most of the time, people do not understand the intervention of mentor because genuine mentors are generous and guide without any expectation in mind. Many people will try you to manipulate over your life and career, trying to become an influencer and develop you in the way that worked for them or that they think is best. Be aware of those intruders. And if you accept them as your mentor, then you are in trouble. Dear friends, is not the journey of Toastmaster pathway very similar to our life? Our educational journey starts from our childhood, from the start of learning lessons to get admitted in a school, then high school, and then higher studies. And serious simultaneously, we keep learning different competences. Similarly, through the ice breaking level 1, level 2, we keep learning different core competencies like public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, etc. Do you know how many competencies we got to know in every one pathway? 306 competencies. It is full of gold mine. Do you think it is possible to collect all these hidden goals so easy without a mentor? It is near impossible. In our club, we got a world-class mentor like Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami, who eats Toastmaster, drinks Toastmaster, sleep Toastmaster, dream Toastmaster. Sometimes we really wonder how could he be so generous, so dedicated, so sacrificing, so compassionate to this Toastmaster community. Believe me, friends, you will be similar when you will understand the benefit of being a mentor. A true mentorship helps both the mentor and protege in the same. And there is a second one, adorable and friendly. She looks more like a protege than an actual mentor, but does the effect more than any other good mentor can do in your life. She will come to you to learn like a little kid, but will guide you towards your way of life like a superwoman. Yes, she is none other than our Toastmaster Nusrat Mehjabin. It is not that mentor needs to be older than you or need to have a lot of experience. Choosing a mentor doesn't need to be as stressful or complicated as it seems. Find one it fits you and work to make it rewarding experience. You will not only find the best version of yourselves. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dipti Sharkar. That was undoubtedly an amazing speech. Thank you again. Well, now it's time to go for second prepared speech. Secondly, I would like to our second amazing speaker. Basically, I personally follow her speech and the way she talks. And she's none other than Toastmaster Tazin Sarjana Tisha. To introduce her profile, TM Tazin Sarjana Tisha is a passionate public speaker and she is the current area finance director for Area L5 under Division L, District 41 Toastmaster International. Tonight, she is going to deliver her first elective project that is Connect to Storytelling from Level 3 under Presentation Mastery Pathways. Her speech title is Read Between the Lines. But before calling our second speaker, I would like to call on stage her evaluator, one of my favorite Toastmaster Mehdi Hussain, to explain his expectation from TM Tazin Sarjana. Please welcome Toastmaster Mehdi Hussain. And please give a round applause as well for him.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Taposh there. I think you have quite a lot covered, like what she's going to say. So today, my expectation from Tazin Sarjana is what she is really best at, and that is saying a story or taking us through a journey of a story, and I will look how real the story sounds, right? Because whenever we watch a movie or we hear a story, the more it sounds close to us, the more better and connecting it is. So that's what I will be looking at. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehdi Hussain. So now I'd like to welcome, by wasting a single time, Toastmaster Tazin Sarjana. Please welcome Toastmaster Tazin Sarjana and make a big round of applause for her.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. During this pandemic, everyone is preferring staying at home. Most of us are working from home, Students are taking their classes online, and even entrepreneurs are planning their business strategies from home. So this COVID-19 lockdown situation is kind of blessing in disguise for us. People are having ample time to do lots of things apart from their regular jobs. Some are getting pro in cooking, some of us are getting interest in painting, and some are practicing public speaking even, like me. Dear Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, and esteemed guests, a very good evening to all of you. So I was talking about different types of interests. Now let me see how many of you have grown up reading habits for the last 5 months. Wow, very good. Now how many of you read books for the sake of reading and just for entertainment purpose? Very impressive. How many of you read for gaining knowledge? Super. Now tell me one thing. How many of you have tried to read in between the lines? Here comes a very few. Honestly, I have tried that and I found immense pleasure doing that. Today, I'm going to share a very known yet very simple and funny story with you. At the end of the story, I will ask a simple question to all of you. So stay tuned with me for a couple of minutes if you want to get your answers right. So my story starts with a bank robbery. Once the famous Bank of United States was robbed by a bunch of robbers. During the robbery, the gang leader took a hostage on his gunpoint and shouted to everyone in the bank, "Don't move. This money belongs to the state, but your life belongs to you. If you love your life, keep your hands behind your head and lie down immediately." Everyone present there listened to him and laid down very quietly. So this is called mind-changing concept, or you can say it mob psychology, isn't it? That one person just changed the conventional way of thinking of people within a blink of an eye. Meanwhile, a lady officer of that bank tried to lay on her table in a very sensuous way. You know what I mean? Very provocative way. Seeing that, the leader shouted at her again, hey, lady, please be civilized. This is a well-planned robbery and not a gang raid. Please have some respect for us. And for the sake of God, behave yourself." So this is called being professional. Focus only on what you were trained to do. Nothing else should distract you. When the bank robbers returned home, the youngest gang member, who is a fresh MBA graduate by the way, was very much excited as it was his life's first robbery. He told the eldest member of the gang, "Big brother, let's count the money, how much we got." Let me tell you one thing here. The eldest member has only completed year 5 in his primary level. He rebutted the younger one and saying, "Are you stupid? Can't you see there is so much money here? It will take us a long time to count. By this time, we can go for another hunt. Have some patience. Tonight, the TV news reporter will tell us how much we robbed from the bank." Very simple. This is called experience. Nowadays, experience is much more important than paper qualifications, right? After the robbers had left from the bank supervisor told the bank manager to call the police immediately. But the supervisor seemed very relaxed and said to the bank manager, "Wait, let us take out 10 more million from the bank for ourselves and add it to the 70 million that we have previously embezzled from the bank. And then call 911. No one will ever know." This particular attitude is called swim with the tide. Yes, that's correct. Swim with the tide, converting an unfavorable situation to your favor. The manager nodded happily. He was very contented and satisfied and said, "It will be great. It will be really great if there is a robbery every month here." This is called killing boredom. Sometimes personal happiness is much more important in your workstation than your regular job, isn't it? So the next morning, when the TV news telecasted the breaking news, $100 million was taken from the Bank of America. What? What? Hearing that, the robbers started counting the money. They counted, counted, and counted. But at the end of the day, they could only count 20 million. They bursted into anger and complained, "We risked our lives and only took 20 million. And the bank manager took 80 million with a snap of his fingers. It looks like it is better to be educated than to be a thief." That day, those robbers got one more lesson. A pen is mightier than a sword, of course. And we can say that knowledge, the power of knowledge, is worth as much as gold, isn't it? At the end of the day, the bank manager was smiling as he was very happy and content because all his losses in his share market was all covered by this robbery. This is called seizing this opportunity, daring to take risks even in crucial moments and get the victory. So, who are the real robbers here? Okay, we know, we know that's the absolute answer. That's definitely not my question. My real question to the audience is, throughout my entire story, exactly how many times I have read between the lines? Whoever can give me the right answer will get a special treat from me. So my point is, try to read in between the lines. Every story has its inner messages. Try to find it out, and then you will get the true enjoyment of reading stories. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tadin Sarjanahap. That was absolutely mind-blowing speech with some educative messages. Well, it's time to go for third speech. Now I would like to go to our third speaker directly. He is none other than Toastmaster Saidur Rahman. Well, to specify his profile, Toastmaster Saidur Rahman is a software architect at a US-based software company. Currently, he is serving Bangladesh Youth Toastmaster Club as the treasurer. Tonight, he is going to deliver his first project, that is present a proposal from level 3 under innovative planning pathways. His speech title is Optimize Meeting Time. Before calling Toastmaster Saidur Rahman, I would like to call on stage his evaluator, Toastmaster Mesbah Rahman, to explain his or the expectation. Please come to the screen, Toastmaster Mesbah Rahman, to deliver your initial expectations.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Taposh Day. Actually, Toastmaster Saidur Rahman, he is a passionate person, and I must say he's a good speaker, as I have seen in my previous Toastmasters meeting and other places he was delivering his speech. And he's going to deliver his speech from Pathways Innovative Planning, Level 3, and his project title is Optimize Meeting Time. Actually, it's very relevant to us because nowadays we were struggling for the time management, and though we are trying to finish our meeting on time, but we are facing big difficulties to finish it in time. But it was enjoyable. But today his title is Optimize Meeting Time. So hopefully we are gonna have some solutions from his speech, and that would be a great speech, I must say, and he's going to rock us today. Over to you, Toastmaster Taposh Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mesbah Rahman, for your wonderful feedback. So it's time to hear right now the voice of Toastmaster Saidur Rahman. Please welcome Toastmaster Saidur Rahman to the screen for his valuable speech.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Taposh Day. First, let me start my speech with an assumption. Here we have like 16 to 17 people. I guess all of you actually like to have a 2 hour, 30 minutes or 3 hours meeting, right?
Exactly.
No? Seriously? Okay, but recently I saw that most of our meeting were like more than 2 hours, 20 minutes, 2 hours, 30 minutes. So I decided to do some R&D and to do some way to find out some way how we can minimize the meeting time with the same content. So that is what my topic was today. And so Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters and all the distinguished guests, I will try to give a proposal or try to propose a solution how we can minimize the meeting time today. So in last 6 or 7 months, how many Toastmasters meeting I have attended? Like I have attended around 20 to 25 meetings from our club, from others club also. But wherever I went, before the meeting, I always saw the agenda. And every agenda, trust me, every agenda was saying that the meeting will end before 2 hours. It was 1 hour 30 minutes, 1 hour 40 minutes, 1 hour 50 minutes. But when I attended the meeting, it actually never took less than 2 hours. It is always 2 hours 20 minutes. You know why? Because the only reason, because the agenda timing was not totally realistic. So that is the reason I found that there is a mismatch. So what I try to do, actually, let me share my screen. So these, if you can see, so these are the line items. These are the roles and role takers who are taking the role in the meeting. First, we start with the Sergeant at Arms, then President, then Toastmaster of the Day, then General Evaluator, then Accountant. So I found there are 62 handovers between role takers, like Sergeant at Arms giving the stage to the President. So this is one handover. Like this, there are 62 handovers. So, and on a Zoom meeting or online meeting, I found that every handover is taking at least 10 seconds. So 62 handover is taking 620 seconds, which is 10 minutes, 20 seconds, which is totally uncalled for. But we need to do some handover. What in my proposed time, I have also joined some international meeting also from Australia and from India and from other countries. I saw that they. So in this my proposal, I'm going to reduce 15 times 15 handover. So there will be 47 handover. So 15 handover we are going to save. So that means 150 seconds, which is around 2.5 minutes. So these are some of the trial I have taken. These are the current times that we are taking, and there are some proposed timing. So we'll come back to it again later. So first, what I'm going to trying to do, the first thing, Sergeant at Arms. Sergeant at Arms will give the club vision, club mission, and some hello, but not more than 2 minutes. 120 seconds is his allocated time. Then President, he turns it over to the President. And President and Toastmaster of the Day, I observed that both of them actually tells us what is Toastmaster International. So I decided that in my proposal, only one of them will get to say that. So if suppose President is saying what is Toastmaster International, then for the guest, the Toastmaster of the Day does not need to repeat it again. But we are saying that both of them are saying those are different sentences, but the meaning is what is Toastmaster International. That is one thing. Then Toastmaster of the Day actually has to finish the whole thing with 3 minutes. He has to do some couple of things like describe the theme in the meeting agenda, if there is any change, and then introduce the general evaluator. So it all has to be done in 3 minutes. So we need practice for that. Then the main thing comes, general evaluator. There are actually 6 or 7 handover, because general evaluator gives the flow to timer, timer gives it back to general evaluator. General evaluator gives it to the counter gives it back. We don't need that. I saw some international meeting where, suppose I am the general evaluator. So now I will say like this. Now I'm going to introduce my team, which is, we'll go alphabetically. Counter, grammarian, and a timer. So all of them will come one after another. I don't need to be involved in between. So I will say 3 names. Our counter is Jamaluddin Jami, grammarian is Mehdi Hassan, and timer is Devashish Bhumik. So I will introduce counter Jamaluddin Jami. Jami will give the floor to the grammarian, and grammarian will give the floor to the timer. So they don't need to bring me in between again and again. So here 3 or 4 handover will go down. Then actually the timer will give it to Toastmaster of the day. Then another thing, we are doing 4 prepared speaker. So 4 prepared speaker, actually what we do, we introduce the prepared speaker, then we call the evaluator. Evaluator tells the project objective, then again gives it back to me, the Toastmaster of the day, then again we call. So there are 4 handover. So what I will do, we are not gonna call the evaluator. We will, as a TMOD, I will introduce that speaker and I will tell his evaluator's name and also in one line what is his project objective, and then I will call him directly or her directly. So here 4 evaluators does not need to come here. They will come during their thing. So the expectation I will describe. So this is in the prepared speaker speech. Then for the table topic, as our TMOD said today also, the TMOD will say that the table topic speaker will get 20, table topic master will get 20 minutes. So if it is 18 minutes and there are only 4 table topic, he will stop then and there. But if he sees that there are already 6, it's only 15 or 16 minutes, but all the 6 table topic speaker has been done, then he can go 5 or 6. But we will allocate only 20 minutes, doesn't matter 4 speaker or 5 speaker. It has to be 20 minutes time boxed. And then again, when the general evaluator comes back for the evaluation, again, when he calls his team, he will call the team simultaneously all together, like counter, grammarian, and timer. They will come one by one and give their report. They don't need to give the handover to general evaluator once again. So by this, I saw that if I share my screen once again, generally with 4 prepared speaker and 5 table topic speaker, normally it takes 1 hour 45 minutes, 145 minutes, which is 2 hours 25 minutes. But in my proposed topic, it took 117 minutes, which is 1 hour and 57 minutes. So every speaker, for one speaker, it takes 13 minutes 20 seconds, and one table topic speaker, it takes 5 minutes 10 seconds before. But now every speaker will take only 11 minutes 45 seconds, and one table topic speaker will take 4 minutes 30 seconds. So that is the thing. So we are cutting back 15 handover. So that is around 2 minutes. So like this, we are gonna save around 25 to 26 minutes. Yes, we need to do a little bit practice, and then all the role takers are prepared, and if they practice properly, they can make it happen. I believe they can make it happen, and we can finish the meeting within 2 hours. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saidur Rahman, for nicely presenting and identifying the vital issue that is time. Well, now it's time to enjoy our last speech, prepared speech. So that is the questions. Who will be our final fantastic speaker? Yes, he is most honorable and versatile speaker who like to play with words, who feel glad to by helping others on the Toastmaster journey. Yes, he is none other than Toastmaster Devashish Bhumik. To introduce first his profile, Toastmaster Devashish Bhumik is the head of technology of GNET. Currently, he is serving Bangladesh Youth Toastmaster Club as the Vice President of Public Relations. Tonight, he is going to deliver his last project, that is Introduction to Toastmaster Mentoring from Level 2. Under Innovative Planning Pathways, his speech title is, I'm not clear yet about that. But before calling our last speaker, I would like to call on stage his evaluator, who is another versatile guy and mostly humble Toastmaster, and the Shadi. So please come to the screen, Toastmaster Shadi, to deliver your initial expectation regarding our last speaker, Toastmaster Devashish Bhumik.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening, for your wonderful description. Toastmaster Devashish Bhumik. His pathway is Innovative Planning, Level 2. His project name is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. His project title is very impressive. Mera Kya Hoga Re Kalia. The purpose of this project is to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. Toastmaster Devashish Bhomik, you have to share the impact and importance of having a mentor between your speech. This speech is not a report on the content of this project. Your speech presentation time will be 5 to 6 minutes. Timer, please take the note. I am expecting a wonderful speech where you will fulfill all the criteria of this project, and wish you all the very best. Toastmaster Devashish Bhomik. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sheikh Sadi, for your wonderful feedback. Well, it's time to go directly to our amazing speaker, last amazing speaker, Toastmaster Devashish Bhomik. Please come to the screen, Toastmaster Devashish Bhomik, to deliver your wonderful speech.
Okay, am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
This is the story when I was in high school. Me with my 4 other cousins in my village were about to just cross the river from this side to that side by a boat. I was looking around with the charm of beauty. The clouds, the water, trees, people, everything so beautiful. I was enjoying with full concentration. All on a sudden, splash! I am in the water. I started shouting and started throwing my hands and legs furiously, as I did not know how to swim and even don't know how to dip underwater. Suddenly I felt something is pulling me under the water, pulling my leg. I was trying hard and I was trying hard to stay floating on the water. My first cousin was on the boat. His name is Kalu. He is 10th child of my uncle, and for being too much black, everyone called him Kalu with love. In the water, I was shouting scarcely, "Kalu, help me, help me." Kalu said, "He, I have pushed you out in the water. Now you'll know how to dip, how to swim." "Kalu, something is pulling my leg into the water." Kalu again said, "He, I have tied your rope with your leg so that you don't go under the water." It was summer vacation and our schools were off. I can remember that the longer period of time we spent in village. Every day for bath, we used to go to nearby pond, and I had extreme water phobia. So I used to bath in the corner. But I really like to see the enjoyment everyone else were making by swimming, jumping, dribbling. I used to make fun with Kalu. Mera kya hoga re Kalia? They tried to get me in the water, but I refused with full of my force. Few times I went a bit ahead, but could not let my head under the water. It was not that I don't wanted to enjoy like them, but my fear was not letting me to learn how to dip, how to swim. Dear Toastmasters of the evening, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, good evening. Learned helplessness is a state that occurs after a person has experienced a stressful situation repeatedly. They come to believe that they are unable to control or change the situation, so they do not try, even when opportunities can change, become available. Yes, friends, learned helplessness. Every one of us have experienced this situation several times in our life. Learned helplessness is the reason for what in life we left many tasks undone, which we have started with lots of enthusiasm. This is the reason for what, even after we have more than 30 members in our Toastmasters Club, we are now only meeting with 10 regular members. That day, when they pulled me in the boat, Kalu was badly beaten by me. I just punched, kicked like a storm to him. I was just into my adolescent stage and did not have enough foresightness of what just happened. From the next day, I had no phobia of water at all. At least I learned how to dip underwater. I thank Kalu, but he still did not realize what great help he did to me. After many days of this story, this reality, I went to Bali with my family. We booked a boat trip, which was included stoppage and snorkeling 3 places in the sea. We all were in the life jacket and given a snorkel kit so that we can dip underwater and still can breathe with the pipe. In the first spot, it was Tortoise Point. Me and my wife got down in the water. We were holding the stairs of the boat and very carefully looking under the water to see tortoise. In the next spot, it was an city underwater. Rick also got down this time, and similarly holding the stairs, we all looking very carefully. In the last spot, it was marine extracts under the water, and this time we need to go by swimming to see the things because the boat was anchored far. All the tourists of our boat already gone. Rick and Dipti will not go. So after a long thought, I started swimming. After a few moments, I lost everything in the world. I lost all other tourists and our guide. I lost my boat. I was not recognizing which one is my boat. I was trying to find the blue color dress Rick was wearing, but could not find. All on a sudden, I got very scared, and it was like the phobia I had earlier. I started panic and my breath got heavier. I remember the time when I fall from the boat in my village and tried to come. Then I tried to calm down, remembering the situation when I fall down from the boat. And at last, after a lot of struggling, I was able to return to my boat. I looked few. Actually, I took few moments and closed my eyes and thanked my cousin Kalu from my mind for at least eliminating the phobia that day. Otherwise, it could be a disaster for me today. Kalu did not have any educational background, but he got the total understanding how he could save me from learned helplessness I had with dipping in water. Dear friends, know your mentors. There are people who used to say, I bootstrap my life, I am self-made person. In my day, we did not even have nights, we just had days. You know, that type of, but when you will broke down the data, you will figure out that he has nights and a great mentor. If you want something of dream, dare and do. If you want something extraordinary, dream, dare, do with great mentors. I had several situations in my life of learned helplessness. I ran away from few and few. I got mentors to survive me. In Toastmasters, we have great mentors. Our first speaker said as they drink Toastmaster, eat Toastmaster, and sleep Toastmaster. And let's be good prodigy and take the mentorship and also let help others as mentor who are struggling in the down for our own development. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devashish Bhomik, for your amazing speech from some collection of memories of your personal life journey. You really played with some words, as I said. Thank you again. Well, now the time for table topic sessions. And this is most wanted favorite session for many Toastmaster of us. And I'd like to welcome our today's table topic master, Toastmaster Muhammad Kausar. And to be specify this session, there are some time limit on this session. So I'd like to request today's table topic master to finish the session within due time. And I also would like to say a timer to show green cards on 18 minutes, yellow cards at 19 minutes, and red cards at 20 minutes. So no more further delay, welcome our table topic master, Toastmaster Muhammad Kausar.
Thank you very much. Greetings to Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Good evening. Welcome you all of you our most impressive and interesting session, double topic session. The purpose of the session is to offer the challenge to the member to practice their impromptu speaking. I will introduce some topics and call on speakers who will give in 2 minutes to speak on the subject. You have already been aware of the time management by our timer. The fellow Toastmaster. Today, I have designed the session in different way with different flavors. Here you will have an organizational roundtable discussion where marketing department, office secretary, product development manager, marketing manager, and finally, our marketing field representative will be present. They are going to launch a new product like natural honey. Here, they will talk on different issues on their discussion. I'll introduce some letters A, B, C, D, and you will discover the characters in roles hidden in the characters and the letters. But the challenge for you is that you have to maintain the orders of the letter. You have to attend your choice orderly, and will make the short brief. I will make the short brief to you what you would be your role and responsibility to deliver in your speech. Okay. Now A, B, C, D is before you, and no option to break the order. Who will take the responsibility, and who will take the chance for the first speaker to be the first speaker? Please, my fellow Toastmaster. A, B, C, D. No option. You have to maintain the order. Who will be the responsible? Who will be, I think, the speaker for A? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, can I go for A?
Oh. Okay. A is office secretary, and he or she will introduce the meeting agenda and offer the chair with the objectives of the meeting. This is your subject, sir. Please.
So my subject is to, like, any random
Introduce the meeting. Yes, introduce the meeting agenda and offer the chair with the objectives of the meeting, and offer the chair to the marketing director like this, because the characters are here: secretary, product development manager, marketing manager, and marketing director. So there are four characters are here. So the responsible, I think the secretary will play the role to introduce the meeting and with the agenda, with objectives of the meeting, and offer the chair to the director. So now just you take the role and play the role, please.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the meeting. So today's meeting is here because we realized that the whitening cream that we were launching in Africa, people are not really using it on their face. People here are really poor, and they thought that the whitening cream is something to eat with the bread. So what they're doing is using it as a jelly, and they're eating it out. And I feel this is where things needs to be challenged. This is a challenging time. We're selling huge amount of whitening cream. Our current rate is we are selling at 100 crore USD. So 100 crore USD sales are going simply because people are using it as a jelly. Now the question is, do we let them be ignorant and eat all the whitening cream as there is? Because our main target was to make sure all the black people in Africa looks white, though that is very racist, but we are actually a racist company like Unilever, and we do keep selling products like this. But the question, the meeting's agenda today is, do we let people be ignorant, or do we focus and try to make people aware of this particular product, that they need to use it on their face, hands, and legs so that they look white like Europeans and Americans like us? So that's the simple agenda. Over to you, table topic master.
Please unmute. Please unmute yourself.
Okay. It's okay. Okay. Now B. B is next option for fellow Toastmaster. So I told you that no option to break the order A, B, C, D. When you have to go accordingly, and B is the next option. And who will take I think the chance to speak on B? Hello. It's a great challenge for the speaker. Challenge for this impromptu speaker. I think being a table topic master, just my responsibility to offer you the chance to speak on impromptu platform, right?
I can
So
see
we'll take
Nusrat has her hand raised.
Okay, because there is no option because my system is not working because that is why just I couldn't say who is. Please response, please. Okay, B, Ms. Nusrat, yes, Toastmaster Nusrat. Product development manager. Just your role would be product development manager. Just secretary introduce the product. Now product development manager introduce the product with some features. Okay. Toastmaster Nusrat Majabin.
Okay, thank you, sir. Can you please repeat the topic again?
As a topic, I think your role would be product development manager, and your speech would be like this. You have to introduce a product like natural honey. Just that was my I think of the subject for natural honey. Natural honey. I mean organic honey. To introduce the product with some features. Why we would like to have natural honey? Why
Okay.
natural honey? Why you are going to launch this product? Why have you developed this product? Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir, table topic master. And it is like something salesmanship. Last night I was having a talk with my sister-in-law, and she was talking these days one of the key skills that every human being should have is salesmanship. And now I got a topic which requires me to sell something. And my product is very important, that is honey. If we think from like a health perspective, honey is very healthy one, which helps you actually I don't have honey and I don't like it. So if I had to sell it, it will be like telling lies in a row. But as this is my product, so I would say natural honey or organic honeys are far more beneficial to our health than the non-organic one. So that was all from my side. Over to you, sir.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, I think Toastmaster Nusrat Majabin. And C. Our next option is C. Who is the brave person? Take I think role for C to speak on. Please. You have to respond because I couldn't see if you raise your hands because my system is not supporting it right away. So if you're interested to make your voice, please. Debashish Bomik, right? Would you like to speak on?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Say is role for marketing manager. Marketing manager will show some plan how he will penetrate the market with this new product. I think the natural honey. And this, I think in the market, there are a lot of competition. So how you will penetrate your market? What would be your plan? It's like that. Nothing else. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Debashish Bhaume.
Sorry, is there any product for which I have to market or anything?
Oh, yes, same product, same product.
Okay.
I mean the natural honey. This product
natural
is natural honey. It's organic honey. Yes.
Okay. I thought I can tell about anything, so I was preparing about marketing Toastmasters. But now I have to market about honey. Honey. Actually, honey, marketing honey is not that much hard. It is already so important thing and so desired thing. People want that so much that it is already in short in the market. So honey, I have a honey that is Toastmaster honey. You can buy that, and if you take 1 spoon daily, then you can deliver the public speaking very well. It will help you to be the leadership quality. It will help you to understand the mentorship quality. So you should take this honey every day morning, and if you don't have the sugar level up, then you also can take this at night if you are going to bed. So this honey is very important for our life, and you should also show your friends to take this honey of Toastmasters. All day long we work so hard, and after that we get so much energy for what? For this lovely session, for the so nice speeches to hear, and for so nice suggestions to get. We actually forget all the business, all the tiredness the whole day we gain, and it re-energizes us. So everyone should take this honey very seriously. Thank you. Over to you, Table Master.
Thank you, I think Toastmaster Debashish Bhaume, and just I last one. I call upon the last speaker for D, who will take over for D. I mean, who will speak on D. I think no option. It is the last one. Please respond me, because my system is not supporting. Please, fellow Toastmaster.
Why Sheikh Sadi Bhai is quiet today?
Oh, Sheikh Sadi Bhai, would you like to speak on, I think, a later day? Sadi Bhai or Jamie? Today, Jamie Bhai is not here today.
Okay, give it to me.
Okay, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jamie, there's a marketing director. Now you conclude the meeting, thanking all, and conclude the meeting with some decision. Nothing else. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jamie.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Yeah, thank you very much, the marketing manager as well as product development manager, also the secretary, for your wonderful thought-provoking ideas sharing. Thank you very much. So now it's time to close the meeting as a CEO of the company. Thank you. I would like to congratulate our marketing manager for introducing wonderful ways of selling our honeys, especially Toastmasters honeys, to everyone. That if you want to become successful in your career, you need to develop certain skills. And if you buy this honey and if you have on a regular basis, of course you can. Thank you very much for introducing creative and funny way to introduce our Toastmaster honey to the people. And of course, I don't know whether you take this honey or not. So be careful about your sugar level. Those are the employees of our organization. And I would like to congratulate our secretary for introducing, nice way the meeting. I mean, starting the meeting in a nice way so that everyone can take in a, funny way, that meeting is not boring. Thank you very much for your wonderful introduction, as well as making the humor inside your speech, and that humor continued by the other speakers. And today I was a bit shocked with our product development manager, because we didn't have the specific idea about the product today. If the report is genuine, most probably product development manager will get a notice from HR to leave the organization as early as possible. Please start searching your next position in a good organization, because honey selling is not your product, and you'll not be able to sustain this company because you do not have any idea about your product. So if I do have the summary, I must congratulate to our managers like our secretary and marketing manager. I'm disappointed with our product development manager that she doesn't have any idea with our product. So next meeting, I hope you'll be joining with your innovative ideas. Thank you very much. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, marketing director, as well as Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami. And this is a great sessions, just very impressive, and also a very interesting session it was. Finally, I would like to conclude my sessions, and that's all. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Muhammad Kausar. That was really mind-blowing table topic session with the natural issues which you have conducted within due time. Thank you again. So the general evaluator is here. Toastmaster Mahjabin Nusrat is here, please. So it's time for probably the table topic evaluate. So would you help me? I have forgot the session. Forgot the sequence.
It is time for evaluation session. Now, sir, you can call the general evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, now it's time for the final and most important session, that is evaluation process. So our general evaluator will give his worthy feedback and constructive feedback through the previous speaker. Please welcome once again our general evaluator, Toastmaster Mahjabin Nusrat.
Thank you, sir. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guest. Once again, a very good evening. So without further ado, let me dive into our evaluation session first. For that, we'll have the prepared speech evaluations at first. And tonight, our first speaker's evaluator was none other than Toastmaster Nusrat Mahjabin, which is me. So I would like to request evaluator 1 to deliver her evaluation on speaker's 1's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Nusrat Mahjabin. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to our speaker 1, Toastmaster Tisha, on completing her level 2. I wholeheartedly congratulate her on completing the level. There were a few things, actually not few, a lot of things that I loved about the speech. The very first thing I loved is how she started the speech. I noticed she started with a poem and making hand gestures throughout the speech. But the best takeaway from this speech for me was that quote that she quoted. In her speech, I came to know that mentors are generous. That is true. And I also believe that mentors should be generous because they are helping the protege to grow. And throughout the speech, she actually mentioned 3 of her mentors who helped her to grow. And now, if we go more formal, then the areas that I specifically loved about the speech, that the speaker was quite energetic throughout the speech. I noticed her using her hand gesture, body gesture throughout the speech. Specifically, I would like to mention a few areas where she was talking about not actually mentor, who poses to be mentor, but actually not mentor, who poses a threat to the protege. And there she made a body gesture that was like, if you accept those manipulator, then you were in serious trouble. I love the gesture, ma'am. The second thing I loved about your body gesture is I noticed you making hand gesture when you were talking about different stages of Toastmaster journey. Like you took your hand from downwards to upwards. It actually helped establishing your point. I noticed you incorporating few personal stories, like you were talking about your dad and how you were scared when the first day he took you to the school. I love when you talked about one of your mentor who eats Toastmaster, drinks Toastmaster, sleeps Toastmaster, and dreams Toastmaster, and you made all those body gestures throughout the speech. From your speech, I got to know you had 3 mentors, and the most specific thing you mentioned, how Toastmaster envisions the mentorship. In Toastmaster, a mentor should not be older or younger. Toastmaster doesn't abide any mentor by their age. So while you were talking about your last mentor, you mentioned that you delivered the message within your speech. However, there are few particular areas, I think if you can work on them, it will give you a boost in your next speech. Ma'am, while you were delivering your speech, I noticed you were quite focused with your device, and I noticed you were adjusting your device, but don't do that. Let's not do that. While we delivering a speech, let's be more focused on the craft and not on the device. So from next onwards, if we can focus on our speech, it will help the audience to feel more engaged. The second thing I would like to recommend you is be more comfortable. Today you delivered an amazing speech, but if you had been more comfortable delivering it, it would have worked wonders for you. So from next onwards, let's try to be more comfortable. And one thing you can do with your voice is try to incorporate more drama or voice enactment. Well, you were talking about your dad and you in a conversation. You could have acted those voice. It would have worked wonderfully for you. In sum, the strength your speech had is beginning engagement and personal story incorporation and meaningful body gesture. The things I'm recommending you is have eye contact, be more focused on your speech, not on the camera or device, be more comfortable, and try to incorporate drama in your voice. That was all. Congratulations, ma'am. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you, Evaluator 1. Now let's move forward with our Evaluator 2, that is none other than Toastmaster Mehdi Hussain. So Toastmaster Mehdi Hussain, can you come over the screen? Over to you, Toastmaster Mehdi Hussain.
Thank you very much. So my speaker was Tazin Sarzana Haq, Tazin Sarzana Tisha TST for short. So this speech was really good. The basic thing that we were really looking forward to this particular speech is how is the story being shared, and how are we actually getting to know about that story, and whether or not we can connect to that particular story. So I felt TST did a fabulous job in making sure of saying the story in a very structured manner. I really like how things were done, how the structure was maintained, number one. And number two, how the use of hand gestures, face gestures, voice modulation, everything was so on point. So it felt that the non-verbal communication of Tajin Sardana Tisha was to the best today. So two amazing things that happened today is, number one, the structure of the story was really good, and proper pauses were taken at times. That's one. And the second is non-verbal communications was maintained throughout the story. And it felt really good to see an amazing story. But coming to the points where improvements scope are there, the fact, if it's okay with Tazin Apu, can I say the improvement areas? Great. Thumbs up means I should go on, right? If I'm not reading it wrong. So the improvement areas is, number one, because I have always been an amazing supporter of the stories that you bring to the table, of your personal stories or the stories that you think out of the box, right? But I felt today the story that you shared is a borrowed story. This is a story that has been around the globe for quite some time. I have read this in Facebook, I've read this in Quora, and I have heard this in multiple other places. So one thing that Toastmaster thought process or Toastmaster wants to follow is to avoid as much plagiarism as possible. And for that, even if we take any quote from anyone, we say exactly from whom we are taking that particular quote, right? And we share that this particular quote is from Shakespeare, or this particular quote is from this particular individual. And that's why when your entire speech is a borrowed story, it felt that enough amount of uh, thought process was not given to this particular pathway, where you needed to focus more onto storytelling. So I think in future the stories will be as original as possible, instead of it being a borrowed story and the learnings being shared or borrowed. That's one. And the second thing is, if you could see, all right, for example, Deepti or Saidur Bhai today spoke by standing, right? Because it allows for your body movements to be enhanced in a very big manner, right? So when you stand, what we see is the entire body, and even your leg movements are something that we can see. So I feel if you could give this speech standing, it could have improved this speech. So the two improvement areas is have your own story or own thought process, own ideas, own sharings, and two is make sure that you give this speech by standing. So those are the two ideas. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Evaluator 2. Now I would like to request our Evaluator 3, Toastmaster Masbah Rahman, to come forward and present his evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster Masbah Rahman.
Thank you, General Evaluator. What a speech, I must say. I'm really amazed at how Toastmaster Saidur Rahman present today. As soon as he started his speaking, delivered his speeches, he just threw a question. It means he just grabbed the audience attention. That is really needed. Anybody, anywhere, starting talking, then if he or she can grab the audience attention, that will help him or her for next speech till end. So that was fantastic. And whatever the thing he was presenting today, it was pretty relevant to us, what we were struggling last few days. What is optimization of time. Actually, whatever he was presenting today with the data and showing the chart and showing and explaining step by step, it was fantastic. And that made us understand clearly that data is there in front of us and how he wants to optimize. And especially when he was explaining through the data, like he was explaining that when Toastmaster General Evaluator handing over, or Toastmaster of the day handing over to floor to the speaker, before that he's asking his or her evaluator. That is, the wasting our time. Rather, if we could handing over directly to the speaker and saying something on behalf of the evaluator for the the introduction part or little briefing, that is the time minimizing part. And he explained it fantastic way. I personally and hope the audience could understand the gist of his presentation and could clearly understand the things. And what he did, that when he was explaining, he was just gesture and posture in the right manner, and that made us clear and through the the make us understand clearly his speech essence. And his voice variety, there was a problem that I will come out a bit later, but his voice was clear and gesture posture was there. He made us clearly understand what he wanted to present us and through the message clearly. I found little things, little bit something which needed to be the improved. I think Toastmaster Said Rahman allow me to say something. Yeah, thank you. Today I found his voice totally flat. There was no fluctuation. There is three pitches, what Jamaluddin Jami explaining every time: upper, middle, and lower. So I couldn't find that voice fluctuation. So I would recommend you, please add the fluctuation. And then I found one gesture, which was that you were just combing your ear such a way. So I guess that just distract your voice. Yeah, there's a distract your speech that audience got distracted and bit distract. And there was some sort of things that I must say, when anybody will throw any speech, there should be some sort of, the fun or some sort of funny things, funny, the ingredient inside, then that would be much better to grab the audience and bound them to hear you nicely. So that is something that I think if you can add through your speeches, your speech would be much better and you can push you to the next level. That's all from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, sir. Toastmaster Mansur Rahman. Now I would like to request our evaluator for Toastmaster Sheikh Sadi to come forward and present his evaluation.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. This is the story of high school, side of river, where everything is beautiful. Suddenly, I'm in water. Help me, help me, help me, Kalu. But Kalu is laughing on me. He's saying, I hold your leg tight. Don't worry. When you say the real life story of you, I feel just I'm in water and asking to Kalu, help me, Kalu, help me, Kalu, help me, Kalu. I saved my life from water. Then I punched to Kalu like you. And also like you, I said, Tera kya hoga re Kalia? By this wonderful real life story, you grabbed the whole audience instantly and you became, and for that reason, we became curious, which is coming next, which is coming next, which is coming next. And you said, when you were underwater, after a long time, you tried to collect or like to see blue color. And also I was with you and I also tried to find out the blue color like you. And by this information, you asked to us, how can be a real story? And by that story, we totally grabbed with you. And like you, we went there and we tried to find out the boat. Where is boat? Where is boat? And at last we got
evaluation for the meeting. So first, I would like to congratulate all of the speakers for taking your speeches and roles way seriously, because for the first time ever, I noticed every speaker, I mean, all four of our speakers delivered their speech by standing. Like these days, we mostly sit behind the screen and deliver our speech, but tonight, our speaker did amazing job on it. So kudos to everyone. So if we start with our Sergeant at Arms, then I would say he did a decent job with his role. Then our Toastmaster of the day, since this was his very first Toastmaster of the day role, so I would say he did a fantastic job. Congratulations to Toastmaster of the day. But here are a few things that we don't say in a Toastmaster meeting. The very first thing is a Toastmaster never says sorry. So when we are on the screen or stage, we don't get to say sorry, because when we start with sorry or the word specifically negative, it sets the meeting tone. So from next onwards, let's try to avoid this. So our Toastmaster of the day definitely explained the meeting format very well. Then he explained the theme, followed by he introduced all the speakers with due respect. But however, our Toastmaster of the day didn't mention the changes in agenda. This is one of the core responsibilities of Toastmaster of the day. But since this was his first time, so I think he just forgot to do that. Or it can be a reason that he didn't check the agenda on the last moment. So from next onwards, try to check the agenda at least at 7 p.m. All the speakers, yeah. Then our table topic master session was quite interesting, and all the topics literally enabled every speaker to think on their feet. So a great job done here, sir. But now, if we talk about our overall meeting, I noticed this meeting was by far one of the best meetings of BYTC. But most of the members or role takers were the same. Like member is delivering a speech and then he is playing the auxiliary roles. this should not be like this. Since BYTC is having like almost 20 plus members, so let's try to engage most of the members, and if possible all the members, because all the members came here with an expectations to learn something or to gain something from Toastmasters. So let's invite all of them and let's help everyone to take roles. And for that, I think VP Education should take the responsibility and fix the agenda with different role players. So that was all from my side. Now I would like to hand over the screen to Toastmaster of the Day. So over to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Oh, another thing, before I leave the stage, I would like to mention one more thing. That is, let's enable our video mode. So as we don't get to see each other during this online meeting, it will be helpful if we get to see those faces, pretty faces. We all have pretty faces. So from next onwards, let's try to enable our video mode. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Mahazabin Nusrat. You wonderfully did your respective field with much more efficiently. And special thanks to every respected individual and whole team as well who participated tonight's meeting. And it has been a huge thrill and honor for me to have been your Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you everyone for welcoming me, and I showing my apologies if there have any negative impact if I done. Now it's time to hand over the meeting to our Honorable President. So please welcome our Honorable President Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami sir. And with that note, I'm signing off for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, for your wonderful, fabulous room. Thank you very much. So poll is given there. Please give your vote. I'm withdrawing some co-host so that you can vote. Ten more seconds. Please vote.
Where is the pool? I couldn't find.
It is there.
No.
Ma'am, maybe you can check on your screen, somewhere upward the screen, you can see that poll.
No poll option actually.
It appears on screen.
Some of the role takers were disqualified through the timing issue, but I can see all the names are there.
Who are the disqualified?
Is there the timing report evaluator?
Yes.
Disqualified, then some other also.
Among the evaluators, only Toastmaster Mehdi is eligible.
Okay, done.
All these expectations.
Okay.
Okay. Can I say something?
We did not get the poll actually, Jamal bhai.
You were the co-host, that's why you didn't get the poll. Okay. So yeah, I'm sharing the result.
We have a guest, Nabil, who wants to say something.
Yeah, we'll go back to guest just after sharing the result. Yeah, best speaker, Tazin Sarjana Haq. Best table topic speaker, Jamaluddin Jami. Best evaluator, yeah, all are disqualified, so it is Mehdi Hossain. Best role taker, general evaluator, Mehzabi Nusrat. Best auxiliary role taker, Mehdi Hossain, the grammarian. Devashida, could you please take screenshots so that you can see the name, remember the names? Okay. Fine. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. We'll take guest feedback. And of course, we'll celebrate the achievements by our members last 1 month. So first, let's get the feedback from only one guest is remain, Nabil. Could you please start your video?
Mr. Nabil, can you please unmute yourself?
Hello, are you here?
Yes.
Are you here? Yeah. Yeah, I have only audio. Video is not available in my.
Okay.
Okay. This is an enjoyable session. Next time I want to join more session.
Nabil, how did you get the invitation of our meeting?
I get invitation from a organization, the partner from your organization sent from my mail. Okay, then I can join. But all of the speaker's speech is very much understandable. Okay,
How did
I
you
can
find the meeting?
understand. I can get the meaning, but one speaker named Mehjamin, maybe his speech is fast to understand me.
How did you get the meeting, Nabil? How did you get the meeting? Was it enjoyable? Did you enjoy the whole meeting? Do you think it is a
Right.
platform to learn and
Helpful.
develop yourself?
Right. This is helpful and enjoyable. But English fast speaking is understanding problem first time. Okay.
Okay. So from where you are?
Thank you. Right.
Where are you from?
I am from Uttara, Dhaka.
Uttara. Okay. Are you planning to join Toastmasters or just only you have come here, Nabil?
Yeah, I'm on a joint Toastmaster group.
Could you please share your contact number here in chat so that next time?
Okay, sure, no problem. Thank you. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to all. Thanks to all.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, Nabil, for joining our meeting. Before we conclude our session, I'd like to ask our VP Pierre Devashish, Toastmaster Devashish Bhomik, to share the achievements of last month. Can you share the achievement, Devashish Bhomik? I mean, individual achievements of our members.
Yes, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami.
Yeah, can you share?
Yeah, share the role takers, right?
Yes, the achievements of members. Yeah. Oh no, not this one. I'm talking about the one you have prepared. I mean, the 11 achievements, education awards, like level completion.
Sorry, I did not got anything like that.
Oh, I asked you over the chat. I mean, it was a communication gap. Okay, thank you very much.
I just got only this file actually.
No. I did not say anything. I mean, you have designed the posters. You have designed posters of level completions of our member, like Toastmaster Mehdi completed level 4.
Yes.
Toastmaster 6. So do you have the posters?
Yes, I have those posters.
Yes. Do you need time, or we can finish without seeing that? Just we can congratulate. So today we have reached another landmark, that is we have got the minimum requirement for becoming distinguished. That is 5. Congratulations. And I must congratulate Toastmaster Dipti Sarkar, Debashish Bhomik, and Saidur Rahman, and Tisha for taking the roles today. And you people, please, as early as possible, complete your after assessment so that we can have the points in our dashboard. Devashish, if you do not have, no worry. I mean, the understanding of our communication, yeah, there was a gap because you confirmed that you have all the pictures in the folder. Congratulations, Tazin Sajana Haktisha, Toastmaster Mehdi Hussain for completing level 4. Tazin Sajana Haktisha for completing level 1. Yeah. Toastmaster Sexadi for completing level 4. That's great. Toastmaster Dipti Sharkar for completing level 1. A big round of applause. Yeah, of course. Toastmaster Debashish Bhomik, wow, black glasses. So for completing level 1. Noor Muhammad on completion of level 1. Thank you. That's all. Yeah. Okay. With that, you have made some more posters, like Tazin Sajjana Haktisha completed level 2. And no one. Okay.
Tazin Sajjana completed level 2. Toastmaster Masbar Rahman completed level 2.
Level
Toastmaster
2.
Mehdi Hussain completed level 5.
Okay. That's great. Who completed level 5? Mehdi Hussain.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. So who is giving that treat today? No one. Yes, you have. You have all the images together. Thank you. Thank you very much. Toastmaster Mehdi Hussain. No, you already have shared of Sheikh Sadiq. Yeah, Mizbar Rahman, level 2. Dipti Sarkar, level 2 as well.
Level 2.
So this year we are going to have a lot of triple crown award.
And one was Toastmaster Saidur Rahman. Today he completed his level 3.
Oh, okay, fine. So today Saidur Rahman has completed level 3. Debashish Bhomik level 2. Oh, you have made your ones. Advance. Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. If you do not have anything to ask or share, the meeting is officially toasted. Thank you. So VP Education, please complete all the procedures to get the award by today. Devashita, you can stop recording now.